Krishna. Thank you so much,
Jaya
Prabhu.
Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for having me once again to speak now on Chaitanya Charitamrta. I think last time we spoke about Sanatana Goswami in the same group, if I am right. And this time we'll be speaking on Rupa Goswami. So we'll speak from Antya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrta, text number 156 onwards. And this first chapter of Antya Lila describes Rupa Goswami's meeting with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. So he already met, Rupa Goswami already met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his way to Vrindavan Yatra. So from Vrindavan, Rupa Goswami comes to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri and meets him for the second time. So this is very enchanting episode, and the chapter begins with the episode of Shivananda Sen and his dog. So all the Bengal devotees would come from Bengal to Jagannath Puri every year for Rath Yatra. So Rupa Goswami also wanted to join the party that's coming from Bengal to Orissa, but somehow Rupa Goswami's brother Anupam or Sri Vallabh, he died, so there was a delay. So Rupa Goswami could not join the Bengal devotees, so he came on his own. So while he was coming, he was also meditating on a book that he wanted to write. That's basically a drama on Krishna Lila. And he also composed its Mangalacharan and Nandi Shloka. Nandi Shloka means the introductory verse. So on his way to Bengal, he was thinking how to write the plot for the drama. So then meanwhile Anupam died and all that happened. So when Rupa Goswami was traveling to Jagannath Puri, on the way he came to a place called Satyabhamapur. So in Satyabhamapur, he had a dream. In his dream, Satyabhama came and instructed Rupa Goswami to write a separate drama about her. And by the mercy of Satyabhama, the drama would be very extraordinarily beautiful. That's what Satyabhama told Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami was considering, I was planning to write all Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwaraka in one book, in one drama. Now Satyabhama is instructing me to write it separate. So now I'll have to divide it into two dramas. Then while meditating like this, Rupa Goswami reached Puri and he met Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur very affectionately told Rupa Goswami that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already informed me that you are going to come. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was already aware that Rupa Goswami would be coming. So Haridas Thakur received Rupa Goswami nicely. He embraced him, and Rupa Goswami started staying in Haridas Thakur's residence only. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there to meet. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Rupa Goswami to many other devotees, and eventually Rupa Goswami became very dear to all the devotees of Jagannath Puri and also the Bengal devotees who came to Jagannath Puri for the Rath Yatra festival. So Rupa Goswami is very dear to all these devotees. So all the devotees very nicely participated in this Gundicha Marjan festival. And after that, one day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Rupa Goswami. So suddenly, out of the blue, he was just saying, Rupa Goswami, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan because he does not go anywhere else at any time. So he also speaks about two Krishna. Krishnonyo yadu sambhuto yah purnaha sosyatah paraha Vrindavanam parityajya kokachinnaiva gacchate Krishno anyo yadu sambhuto. So there is one Krishna who is called Yadu Kumara, Yadu Sambhuta. He appeared as the descendant of Yadu dynasty. So he is called Vasudeva Krishna. So he manifests his pastimes in Mathura and Dwarka. And he is different from Nanda Maharaj's son Krishna. So Vrindavanam parityajya kachin naiva gacchati. Giving up Vrindavan, that Vrindavan Krishna will never go outside. So this is what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami. So he spoke about two Krishnas. Actually, if you see in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter also, Vasudeva brings that Krishna who was born in Kamsa's prison cell all the way to Gokul Mahavan, and he goes into Nanda Maharaj's house, and next to Mother Yashoda, a baby girl and a boy, both were sleeping. So Krishna and Yogamaya were born to Mother Yashoda, and Vasudeva comes with his Krishna, or Vasudeva Krishna, and keeps that Krishna on the bed of Mother Yashoda. Then Yashoda's Krishna and Devaki's Krishna, or Nanda Maharaj's Krishna and Vasudeva's Krishna, they both merge together, and Vasudeva picks up this baby girl, that is Yogamaya. So like that there are two Krishnas. Ultimately Krishna is one, but Krishna manifests in two moods, one in Vrindavan and one in Mathura and Dwarka. So in Vrindavan, Krishna reciprocates with all his devotees in pure love and affection. All the devotees in Vrindavan have Kevala Bhakti towards Krishna. But all the devotees in Mathura and Dwaraka, they have Aishwarya Jnana Yukta Bhakti. Kevala Bhakti means pure love and affection for Krishna. But Aishwarya Jnana Yukta Bhakti means they also have love for Krishna, but that is tinged with some feelings of reverence and respect. So, for example, this Vasudeva and Devaki sometimes should offer prayers to Krishna also. So, as soon as Krishna is born, Vasudeva and Devaki offered prayers to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are the supreme creator, maintainer, destroyer, you are the time factor, you are this, you are that, like that, you are controller of time, controller of mode, you are the avatari and all that they glorified. And finally they manifested some Vatsalya affection towards Krishna also. They said that Krishna, Kamsa would be coming now, he might harm you. You have manifested yourself in a four-handed palm, so please withdraw this magnificent palm, become a small child so that we can hide you somewhere. Like that, Devaki exhibits some Vatsalya affection. But before exhibiting that pure Vatsalya affection, she also exhibited some reverence and offered prayers to Krishna. But Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata, they have pure Vatsalya, they have no reverence. They would never offer prayers to Krishna or fall at Krishna's feet. So they would only consider Krishna as their dear child, and Krishna has to be maintained by them. That's their conception. Mother Yashoda could even chastise Krishna and take a stick and chase Krishna and even bind Krishna to a wooden grinding mortar. That is Mother Yashoda's pure Vatsalya. So that Krishna will never come out of Vrindavan. He always reciprocates with the love and affection of Rajavasis in all rasas. Whether it is Madhurya Rasa with the younger gopis, or Vatsalya Rasa with the older gopis and Gopas, or Sakya Rasa with his friends. So he is always reciprocating with them. So he would never come out of Vrindavan. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, don't bring Krishna out of Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityate sakwachin naiva gacchati. So then Rupa Goswami was thinking, when I was in Satyabhamapur, Satyabhama came in my dream and told me to write two separate dramas. Now Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also saying the same thing. So now I will have to really divide my work into two compositions. So then Rupa Goswami considers like that. And the two books that Rupa Goswami has written are, one is Vidagdha Madhav, that describes Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Second is Lalita Madhav. So this describes Krishna's pastimes in Mathura and Dwarka. So these are the two works done by Rupa Goswami, Vidagdha Madhav and Lalita Madhav. So Vidagdha Madhav is about Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. So now after Rupa Goswami has been instructed by Lord Caitanya and Rupa Goswami understood the mind of Lord Caitanya, Kaviraj Goswami describes another beautiful incident that happened in this visit only. That is during Rath Yatra. So how Rupa Goswami understands the mood of Lord Caitanya is demonstrated so nicely in this beautiful incident. So we are all called Rupanugas, means we are all followers of Rupa Goswami, because Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale means Rupa Goswami has exactly understood the mood of Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami is so dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he exactly understands Mahaprabhu's mood. So during the Rath Yatra, Rupa Goswami saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Jagannath Rath. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reciting one verse constantly. And the meaning of this verse can be understood only by Swarup Damodar Goswami. No one else can understand. But somehow Rupa Goswami he also started understanding Lord Chaitanya's intention in speaking this verse. And Rupa Goswami himself composed another sloka based on these intentions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the 78th shloka describes what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke. Yah kaumara harasya eva hivarasta eva chaitrakshapaha Echonmelitamalati surabhayah praudhaha kadambanilaha Sachaivamsi tathapi tatra surata vyapara Lila vidho Reva rodasi metasi tarutale chetah samutkanthate. So in this beautiful shloka, it is very confidential. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is calling Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani back to Vrindavan. So during the Rath Yatra pastime, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is totally absorbed in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he considers Jagannath as Krishna, and he himself is like Radharani. And especially when Srimati Radharani and all the gopis meet Lord Krishna at Kurukshetra, so all the gopis felt that we are unable to relish Krishna's darshan and Krishna's company or association in Kurukshetra, because we are accustomed to seeing him and serving him and relishing his company in Vrindavan. So we are missing that ambience. Although we are the same gopis and he is the same Krishna, the ambience of Vrindavan is missing. Our meeting is not so exciting now. So all the gopis spontaneously felt that let us take Krishna back to Vrindavan from this Kurukshetra. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during Rath Yatra, he is absorbed in that mood. So that's why he is saying, Yah kaumara harasya eva hivarasta eva chaitrakshapaha. And he says, that very personality, Krishna, has stolen my heart during my kaumara, during my young days only. Okay. And also he says, Taeva Chaitrakshapaha. This is the same moonlight of Chaitra Masa. And Echonmelita Malati Surabhayaha Praudha Kadambadilaha. So Malati Surabhayaha, the sweet fragrance of Malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. And in our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet my mind is not happy. So I am not deriving pleasure. Although I am seeing the same Krishna, I am the same personality, and we both have a very intimate relationship since our childhood, still I am unable to be happy. So I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of Reva river under the Vedasi tree. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke this, and the names of Krishna, Radha, all these are not there. And Mahaprabhu is in sannyas vesh, and then he is speaking this shloka, and many people nobody understands this except Swarup Damodar Goswami. But Rupa Goswami immediately understood this shloka, and he himself composed another shloka. Then once and Rupa Goswami composed this shloka on one nice palm leaf and put it in his thatched roof and went to take bath in the sea. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there to meet Rupa Goswami. Then he saw this verse on the thatched roof. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was waiting for Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami came back after taking bath in the sea. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very mildly slapped Rupa Goswami. And he said that, how could you understand my heart, Rupa Goswami? So you must have heard my shloka during Rath Yatra, and you have composed another shloka reflecting its meaning. So Mahaprabhu did not explicitly mention anything, but Rupa Goswami made everything very explicit there. So he says that now I am meeting the old friend Krishna at Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and we are meeting now. Although it is very pleasant, but still I would like to go back to the bank of Yamuna river and see the trees of forest there like that. He just made it very explicit. Vrindavan, Yamuna, and Radha, Krishna, Kurukshetra, all these words are missing in Mahaprabhu's words. So Rupa Goswami included all those words and then made it very clear. So then Swarup Damodar Goswami was nearby. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami understood that, oh my dear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I understand that you have empowered Rupa Goswami so nicely. That's why he is able to understand your heart so nicely like this. And he has composed another shloka that is exactly reflecting your mood. So he has really understood your heart. That's why he is called Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that Rupa Goswami met me at Prayaga. So knowing him to be the suitable person, I have naturally bestowed my mercy. Now he is able to understand my mood, my whole intentions. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami said, as soon as I saw the unique composition of this verse, I could understand that you have bestowed upon him the special mercy, my dear Lord. Not anyone can compose such kind of verse. So composing a shloka or writing a spiritual literature is not just a matter of material intelligence or some linguistic abilities or grammatic analysis. So composing any spiritual literature, whether it is poetry or prose, requires the blessings of Krishna, blessings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, blessings of Guru, and some empowerment. So without that, if one just attempts to compose a Sanskrit shloka just because they know Sanskrit, it may not be very effective. So Kaviraj Goswami himself actually exemplifies this mode throughout Chaitanya Caritamrta. I am writing this Chaitanya Caritamrta only because of the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Rupa Raghunath, all the 6 Goswamis. It's not my credit. So a real author of a drama or a poetry or some spiritual composition will not take credit for his composition, but he will just transfer the credit to the Supreme Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and other Vaishnava Acharyas who have blessed him. Now Rupa Goswami composes this whole Vidagdha Madhav and Lalita Madhav, and Rupa Goswami's composition pleases Lord Chaitanya. So one day Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Rupa Goswami's place, that is basically Haridas Thakur's place, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was checking, what kind of book are you writing, Rupa Goswami? Let me just see. So he just held up one palm leaf from the manuscript of Rupa Goswami. And Mahaprabhu immediately said, Rupa Goswami, your handwriting is just like rows of pearls. And it's so nice. And then he started reading one shloka, very beautiful shloka that is describing the power of Krishna's names. Tunde Tandaviniratim Vitanute Tundavali Labhaye Karnakrodakadambini Ghatayate Karnarbhute Haspraham Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim No Jane Janita Kiyadhiramrtai Krishna Tivaranadvaji Tunde Tandavini Ratim Vitanute. Here, Rupa Goswami is glorifying the holy name of Lord Krishna. Tunde means tongue. Tandavini means dancing. When the holy name of Krishna is dancing on my tongue, when I am chanting it, then Tundavali Labdhaye, I desire millions and millions of tongues or mouths to be able to chant the holy name. The second line. Karnakrodakadambini Ghatayate Karnarbhate Bhespraham means when the holy name of Krishna is entering my ears, then I desire millions of ears to hear that holy name. Then Chetah Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvendriyanam Kritim. So when the holy name of Krishna is dancing in the courtyard, in front of the courtyard of my heart, all my senses become inert and it conquers all my senses and mind. We also, when we are absorbed in doing some activity, although somebody is calling us, we may not be able to hear. Although somebody is scratching us, we may not be able to feel the sensation. So when we are absorbed in something, other senses will not respond to the sense objects naturally. But when somebody is totally absorbed at heart in chanting of the holy name of Krishna or relishing that holy name, all the senses naturally become inert. So Rupa Goswami is saying like this, No jane janita kiyadhiramrtai Krishna tivaranadvaji. I don't understand what great nectar has been embedded in these two varnas, Krish and Na. So Krishna tivaranadvaji. These two syllables, Krish and Na, have just totally overwhelmed me with happiness. Happiness of heart, happiness of ear, happiness of tongue. So it's not that Indra has 1,000 eyes and Rupa Goswami is desiring 1,000 tongues and 1,000 ears, not like that. It's not in a literal sense, but it only shows the enthusiasm that Rupa Goswami has to hear and chant Krishna's names. So when this shloka was read out by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so happy, and Haridas Thakur was next to Mahaprabhu and then he also became so happy. So then in this context there is a beautiful shloka that comes. Haridas Thakur started speaking, Krishna namera mahima shastra sadhu mukhe jani namera madhuri aiche kaha nahi suni. So the glories of the holy name should be understood from Shastras and devotees. Nowhere else we can hear the sweetness of Krishna's holy name as much as Rupa Goswami has captured it in this beautiful shloka. So in this way, Haridas Thakur, who is the Namacharya, also appreciated the glorification of Krishna Nam done by Rupa Goswami. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started praising Rupa Goswami. And the next day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, Swarup Damodar Goswami, and many other devotees and went to Rupa Goswami's place. Why? Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to show Rupa Goswami's beautiful work to all these devotees, like Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Rai, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Because they themselves are very accomplished devotees, and Ramananda Rai himself is a writer also. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted them to see the work of Rupa Goswami, thereby trying to derive blessings of all these devotees upon Rupa Goswami. And also, one slight thing that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does here, Mahaprabhu praises the qualities of Rupa Goswami as if he had 5 mouths in front of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Rai. Why does he do so? One is genuinely Rupa Goswami is very great and Mahaprabhu has a genuine appreciation for Rupa Goswami. Second reason is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wanted to test Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramananda. Oh, when I am glorifying Rupa Goswami so much, what would be the response of Ramananda and Sarvam Bhattacharya? Will they feel any jealousy or kind of inferiority complex, something like that? So although they are such exalted associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu still wanted to test. Basically, when somebody is in some pain or some difficulty, it may be easy to show some sympathy on them. But when somebody is very successful and derives special appreciation and blessings of the Lord, other devotees could feel little insecure or maybe little jealous or envious of the devotee. So, showing sympathy on another devotee who is in difficulty may be easy, but celebrating the success of another devotee, it is still difficult. It's quite difficult to accept someone else's glory, to accept someone else doing very good or better than us. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not like his devotees to feel envious of other devotees. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually was examining these devotees, Sarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda and all that, so that will they genuinely appreciate Rupa Goswami or will they have something else also in mind like that? So in this context, Gauranga Goswami says, Ishvara Svabhava Bhaktera Nalaya Aparadha Alpaseva Bahumane Atma Paryanta Prasada, means the Supreme Lord does not take offense by a pure devotee seriously. Bhaktera Nalaya Aparadha. But if the devotee does even little seva, alpa seva, bahumane atma paryanta prasada, and even the little seva done by a devotee also is praised and appreciated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so nicely, and he is prepared to give even himself also for that seva. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought Ramananda Rai, Sarup Damodar Goswami, and Sarvam Bhattacharya to see and appreciate and understand the glories of Rupa Goswami's Vidagdha Madhava. Now, starting from verse number 112, Ramananda begins to examine Rupa Goswami's Vidagdha Madhava work. Then Lord Chaitanya asked Rupa Goswami, you start reading your verse. So first, when these people came, Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur received them very nicely, and they offered elevated seats to Lord Caitanya and his other devotees. And Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami sat down. And the devotees asked, hey, please sit up, please sit on the same level as we are doing. No, we cannot sit. You are all exalted associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are also residing in Jagannath Puri, so close to him. You are great people. So we are not so qualified to sit on an equal level like you. We'll sit down only. So they are feeling so humble. Then Rupa Goswami was asked by Lord Chaitanya to recite the shloka, but Rupa Goswami felt shy. He was so embarrassed. He just remained silent. He did not read the verse only. Then Sarup Damodar Goswami recited the shloka that Rupa Goswami composed. Because when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the verse composed by Rupa Goswami on the thatched roof, then Sarup Damodar Goswami also saw the shloka, and Sarup Damodar Goswami remembers it. So he repeated that shloka of Rupa Goswami. And other devotees like Ramananda and Sarvam Bhattacharya, they became so impressed, and they said that, oh, Lord Chaitanya, you must have bestowed special mercy on Rupa Goswami. And he is able to understand and express your internal feelings so effectively. So that means Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramananda had absolutely no trace of jealousy or envy towards Rupa Goswami. So they are genuinely appreciating Rupa Goswami, and it can be seen in their heartfelt words. Then Lord Chaitanya said, Rupa Goswami, Sarvabhauma Damodar Goswami spoke the first sloka. At least he speak the second sloka. You don't feel so shy. It's my order. Do it. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is persisting. Then Rupa Goswami, with great humility, he recited that second shloka, which is Sunde Tandavani. We just discussed it. And the devotees became so happy. Ramananda said, my dear Rupa Goswami, what kind of drama you are writing? We can understand that it seems that your composition seems to be a great mine of Siddhantas or conclusive truth. So Ramananda genuinely appreciated Rupa Goswami. And Sarvabhauma Damodar Goswami replied, actually Rupa Goswami planned to write Krishna Lila in Vrindavan, Mathura and Dwaraka, but now he is following Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order and he has divided his work into two parts. So first he wrote Vidagdha Madhav, he is writing Vidagdha Madhav with all Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, and later he would be writing Lalita Madhav and describe all pastimes of Krishna in Dwaraka and Mathura. So like that, Sarvabhauma Damodar Goswami told about Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is feeling so shy to speak about himself, his own work. Hare Krishna, am I audible? Then Rupa Goswami started speaking the Nandi Shloka, the introductory verse. And next, Rupa Goswami has to speak Ishtadeva Varnan, means the description of his worshipable deity. If any shloka, any composition would begin with an introductory shloka and also one shloka that is describing one's favorite deity. And Rupa Goswami's favorite deity is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. Rupa Goswami composed the shloka on Lord Chaitanya. Anarpita charim tirat karunayava kirana kalau samarpagitam unnatodjala rasam subhaktishriyam. You must be knowing this shloka. So in this shloka, Rupa Goswami glorified Lord Chaitanya as the most munificent benedictor. He has descended in a golden, molten gold form as the mother of, as the son of Mother Sati. So like that, there is a glorification, direct glorification of Lord Chaitanya. So Rupa Goswami did not speak this shloka because he was hesitating, because Lord Chaitanya is personally present there. But Lord Chaitanya encouraged him. Oh, do it. Then Rupa Goswami recited this.
Yeah, sorry, Prabhuji.
Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as soon as he heard this shloka, because Lord Chaitanya did not know, he only heard the first two shlokas, and then Lord Chaitanya disapproved this shloka, because that shloka is describing Mahaprabhu's personal glories. So he said, oh, it's an exaggeration, you are writing too much. Then other devotees said, no, this is very good shloka. This is perfect for Ishtadeva Varnan. Then after that, Rupa Goswami continued to describe the introductory other sections of his composition. So one is called Patra Sannidhan, means introducing the characters of the drama. Second is Prarochana, that describes, that induces the audience to become very eager with praise. Some kind of curiosity is developed by the author in the audience. So that's the way of composing. If you are also writing an article or a book, you can just follow these ways of composing the literature. Then next, he writes Premotpatti Karan, the causes of loving affairs of Radha and Krishna and Gopis. Basically, some of these are very esoteric, beyond my capacity to explain them. I won't be describing many of them. Then after that, Bhavera Swabhav, he describes the characteristics of Bhava, or emotional love. Then Premera Lakshan, he also describes the characteristics of Prema. So that is up to 154th shloka. In the 155th shloka, he writes, this is actually the 9th shloka of the 3rd section of Vidagdha Madhav. That appears as the 155th shloka of this Antya Lila first chapter. हित्वा दूरे पथिधवतरोर अंतिकम धर्म सेतोर अंगोदग्रा गुरुशिखरिणं ब्रह्मसा लंघयन्ति लेभे कृष्णार्णवनवरसा राधिका वाहिनी त्वाम् वाग्वीचिभिः किमिव विमुखी भावमस्य स्तनोषि. So this beautiful shloka compares Srimati Radharani as a river and Krishna as an ocean. So rivers generally flow towards the ocean and meet the ocean. Similarly, Srimati Radharani always, her mind, her body, her words are completely directed towards Krishna always. Hitva dure pati dhavataror antikam dharma setur means leaving far behind all the dharmas and the tree of her husband also. Dhavataror means husband, tree husband. Her husband is compared to a tree here. So leaving far behind her own husband and breaking through all the social customs and other things, dharma setu. Then what did she do? Bhangodagra Guru Shikharinam Ramhasa Landhayanti. Forcibly she crossed all kinds of hills of elder relatives. Here Radharani is being compared to with tree, with a river. The river passes through trees and mountains and then reaches the ocean. So here tree is compared to husband and the mountains or hills are compared to the elder relatives and social customs. Then Lebhe Krishnarnava Navarasa Radhika Vadinitva. So then she finally attained Krishnarnava. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Arnava means an ocean. Krishnarnava Navarasa Radhika Vahinitva. Influenced by very fresh feelings of love. Navarasa. She came. Nava is not 9 here. Nava is new, fresh. So Vagvechavi Kimiva Vibukhi Bhavam Asya Samushi. Now you are turning her back. So Radharani, although she came all the way to meet Krishna, Krishna said, oh, it's not the right time for you to come. It's in the middle of the night. Chaste lady, chaste woman, cultured woman should not come in the middle of the night. Oh, you have come here to for sightseeing? You are coming here to see the forest. How is it? So you have seen, now you can go back now. It's not the right time for you to be here. It's not the right place for you to be here. So she said like, Krishna told like that to not only Radharani, to all other gopis. So now that indifferent, so-called indifferent attitude of Krishna is being criticized in this book. So that's like one thing. That is premier election. Although Krishna is externally telling the gopis you go back, but internally he is urging them, please stay back. So externally go back, internally stay back. So that is understood by the gopis anyway. So that's about premier election that completes. 149 to 155 is premier election. Now today's sloka. 156 to 160 is a description of Vrindavan, 5 slokas. So Krishna says that Vrindavan is filled with very beautiful, sweet, fragrant honey oozing from the newly grown mango buds. It's attracting the bumblebees. And the forest is filled with such nice breezes and full of sandalwood trees. So this Vrindavan is increasing my pleasure. So like that Krishna is appreciating Vrindavan. And Balaram told Sri Rama. So basically these are all some shlokas that are describing Vrindavan's glories. So Vrindavan forest is full of transcendental creepers and trees and flowers and bumblebees and humming songs that can even surpass Vedic chants also. The simple songs of Vrindavan that are describing Krishna so lovingly are way better than all the reverential praises that are there in the Vedas. The next, Krishna once told Madhumangal, the Vrindavan is giving pleasure to our senses in all ways. Singing bumblebees, mild breezes and creepers, dancing pigs, fragrance of Mallika flowers. So now you see, when Krishna enters Vrindavan forest, then the beautiful scenery or ambience of Vrindavan forest filled with lakes and gardens and trees and cows and calves and pathways that gives a lot of pleasure to eyes, number one. Number two is the beautiful water bodies of Vrindavan, all the lakes and rivers in Vrindavan forest So they give pleasure to Krishna's sense of tongue, taste. Second. And third, there are very cool breezes that blow in Vrindavan, and they give very nice, pleasant sensation to Krishna's body, Krishna's sense of touch. Okay. Fourth point. All the lakes in Vrindavan forest, they are filled with nice blooming flowers. So they give pleasure to Krishna's nostrils because they are very fragrant, and the aroma comes into Krishna's nostrils. So thus Krishna's nose is pleased. Then fifth sense, that is ears. So Vrindavan forest is filled with very sweet singing birds. They are chirping. So when the winds are blowing, the trees are slightly moving, making very pleasant sound. Along with that, there is also these cuckoos and peacocks and parrots and other beautiful birds. They are singing so nicely. And in this perfect musical ambience, Krishna plays flute and blends his flute sound with all these natural sounds of Vrindavan. That's how the entire ambience of Vrindavan is so enchanting. So Krishna's flute song is perfectly blended with the sounds of chirping birds and the blowing winds and the moving trees and the falling waterfalls. So, and also the Gopas are also singing his glory. So that's the glory of Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, Krishna doesn't even wear slippers also. In the Veda Gita, the gopis say, Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhavo Vitanoti Kirtim Yaddevaki Sutapadam Bhujalabdha Lakshmi Govinda Vedu Manumatta Mayura Nrityam Prekshyatri Sanva Bharatanya Samasta Sattvam Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhavo Vitanoti Kirtim. This Vrindavan land is increasing the glory of entire Earth planet. Vitanoti Kirtim, the Earth planet is so glorious only because Vrindavan is there. Yet Devaki Sutapadambuja Lakshmi. And the specific glory of Vrindavan is that this Vrindavan Dham has attained the treasure of Krishna's direct footprints, because Krishna does not wear slippers in Vrindavan. When he is entering forest, he goes barefoot. So whether in Mathura or Dwaraka or even Vaikuntha or any other place, Krishna wears slippers. But Krishna doesn't wear any shoes in Vrindavan because his cows are not wearing. Once Mother Yashoda told Krishna, I have made a beautiful pair of shoes for you, please wear them. And Krishna said, oh Mataji, it's very nice. So give me the shoes. But did you make shoes for all my cows? There are 9 lakh cows. And each cow does not have 2 legs. Each cow has 4 legs. So 36,000 shoes. Where will Mother Yashoda make? So Krishna said that if my cows are not wearing shoes, I will also not wear. So he did not accept. So Krishna walks barefoot in Vrindavan, and no cow or no bird or no monkey or bull or calf or gopa or gopi or sparrow or peacock, nobody would disturb the footprints of Krishna. So that's the wealth of Vrindavan. And you know, in Kaliya pastime, Krishna was arrested by the coils of Kaliya, and there are some bad omens throughout Vrindavan, and all the Vrajavasis naturally became concerned about Krishna. Maybe Krishna in some danger because Balramji did not accompany Krishna today. Whenever there is some bad omens, we think that there is something inauspicious that is going to happen to us. But all Vrajavasis think that Krishna must be in danger. That's why these bad omens are there. So all the Vrajavasis naturally wanted to go and see Krishna, and they all came to Kaliya Lake. How did they come? Because Krishna's footprints are there in Vrindavan. So they just follow the footprints of Krishna and then reach this Kaliya Lake. So to find where Krishna is in Vrindavan, it's very easy. Just follow his footprints. So like that. So that's about Vrindavan. The next, about Krishna's flute, 161 to 164. Rupa Goswami describes about Krishna's flute. So in 161 Shloka Purnamasi it tells Lalita Devi, Krishna's flute measures only 3 fingers in length, and it's bedecked with Indranila gems, and it's plated with gold set with diamonds, and at the end there are Aruna gems, rubies. So this auspicious flute is glittering in Krishna's hand. Very beautifully Radharani glorifies Krishna's flute. Sadvamshatastava janehi purushottamasya Panau sthitir muralike saralasi jatya Kasmatvaya sakhi guror vishama grihita Gopangana gana vimohana mantra diksha. This is another beautiful shloka that says, Sadvamshana stava janir purushottamasya. Oh flute, it appears that you have been born in a Sadvamsha, means good family, good dynasty. What dynasty flute is born? Bamboo trees. Bamboo trees is the dynasty of fruits. But Radharani is saying that, oh, flute, you are born in a Sadvamsha. Sadvamshata stava janahi. Purushottamasya panau. Because you are held by Purushottama Krishna in his pani, in his hand. Thitir muralike saralasi jatya. By birth you are very simple and not crooked. The bamboo trees grow very straight. No, not crooked. The bamboo sticks are very straight. Then Radharani says, Kasmat tvaya sakhiguror vishamagrihita. Although you are born in a good family, although by birth you are very simple and not crooked, so why are you unnecessarily agitating the gopis? So why then you have taken initiation into this dangerous mantra that enchants the gopis? So she says, Gopangana Ganavimohana Mantra Diksha. Mantra Diksha means initiation, given by Guru. So Radharani is saying that, oh, flute, you must have taken Mantra Diksha or initiation from some Guru. And after taking that initiation, what are you doing? Basically, Guru is Krishna only. So what are you doing? With that dangerous Mantra Diksha that you have received, you are agitating the gopis. You are provoking the gopis. Because whenever Krishna blows wind from his mouth into the flute, that generates such beautiful sound that makes all the gopis very restless. So they just stop all their activities and then hear that flute song only. Not only gopis, even cows and calves and rivers and demigoddesses and playing in the flying in the airplane, and the doe and buck and sparrows and even clouds, everybody is attracted to Krishna's flute. Govardhan mountain is getting attracted to Krishna's flute. So you can read 10th canto, 21st chapter, Venu Gita, the effect of Krishna's flute on different types of moving and non-moving beings in Vrindavan. So Radharani is glorifying Krishna's flute like this. There are a few other points about Krishna's flute. Then 165 to 168 shloka describes Krishna directly. So another beautiful shloka. So I am just taking one shloka from one section, not completely. It will take a lot of time. I will complete this section and the next section end. 166th shloka. Janghadastata sangidakshina padam kinchit vibhangatrikam Sachi sambhita kandharam sakhitiraha sancharine tranchalam Vamshim kutmalite dadhana madhare lolanguli sangatam Ringadhru brahmaram varangi paramanandam purahasti kuru. So this beautiful shloka was spoken by Lalita Devi to Radharani, and it comes in Lalita Madhav, 4th chapter, 27th shloka. So, Janghadastava sangi dakshina padam kanchit vibhangatrikam. So Krishna doesn't stand straight. He's always crooked. So Krishna stands with his right foot placed below his left knee. And his middle is also curved. The hip is curved. And his neck also gracefully is tilted. And the borders of his eyes roam sideways. He's always showering some sidelong glances on the gopis. So this is called the Tribhanga form of Krishna. Then, Vamshim Kutmalite Dadhana Madhare Lolanguli Sangatam. and Krishna takes flute and starts blowing his flute with his beautiful fingers. So you can see ISKCON deities. So they are made in Tribhanga forms. So the description of the Tribhanga form of Krishna is in this shloka, 166th shloka of this chapter. So how Krishna is playing flute, how he is just putting his fingers on the flute. What is the posture of Krishna? Leg posture, and then hip and the face, the tilt, all that. Then the eyebrows of Krishna are moving slowly like bumblebees. So in this way, Lalita Devi is describing Krishna. This is called Krishnera Varna. And there are many other points about Krishna's Varnan also. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan tour, then he sees two parrots sitting on a tree, and then they are glorifying, one parrot is glorifying Krishna, another parrot is glorifying Radharani, Sukha and Sarika. So that male parrot glorifies Krishna, saying that Saundaryam lalanali dhairya dalanam Lila rama stambhini Viryam kandukitattrivarya mamalat pare parardham guna Sheelam sarvajananuranjanamo yasyayam prabhur Vishwam vishwajanina kirti ravata Krishna jaganmohana. So this beautiful shloka describes Krishna's 6 qualities. Saundaryam, Krishna's beauty subdues the patience of all gopis. Saundaryam lalanali dhairya dalanam. Second, Lila Ramastambhini, Krishna's beautiful pastimes mesmerize and astonish even Rama, means goddess of earth in Lakshmi also. Lila Ramastambhini. Third, Viryam Kandukitatrivarya Mamalat, means Krishna's strength makes even Govardhan also as light as a ball with which a child plays. So Krishna can lift that Govardhan mountain very effortlessly. And fourth, Pare Parardham Gunaha, means Krishna's qualities are unlimited. So fifth, Sheelam Sarvajana Nuranjanamaho Yasyaya Matprabhur. Krishna's Sheelam, character, is very enchanting to everybody. Sarvajana Nuranjanamaho. And sixth is Krishna's glories. Vishwam Vishwajanina Kirti Ravata Krishna Jaganmohana. That is the glory of Krishna. And even in Mukundamala Stotra also there is a beautiful shloka. There are so many shlokas that are glorifying Krishna. One thing that I remember in this context is Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Karudamani Trailokya Rakshamani Gopi Lochana Chatakam Budamani Saundarya Mudramani Yakantamani Rukmini Ghanakucha Twandraika Bhoshamani Shreya Deva Sikhamani Dishatuno Gopala Chodamani. So this shloka describes how Krishna protects his devotees by coming on this Garuda. And there are 8 manis. Mani means a jewel. Anyways, we will not discuss that now. Now next section, 169 to 171 describes Srimati Radharani. So here Purnamasi describes Radharani, and Krishna also describes Radharani in 2 shlokas. So that completes this section up to 171. So then Ramanandara examined Rupa Goswami's Lalita Madhav shloka. So far he examined Rupa Goswami's Vidagdha Madhav. Later he will examine Lalita Madhav. So we completed up to 171 in a brief manner. So I think I'll end here. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for coming on the call. That in such a brief notice. It was less than an hour for you. Thank you so much for coming and giving this very wonderful summary of this entire section. And it was very free-flowing and we could understand what was happening in this chapter. So some important realizations as you were speaking was very, very heart-touching, like how Rupa Goswami was really Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam. And any sort of composition for devotees, it definitely requires empowerment from one's spiritual master. And something that I never thought about is, yes, we all know that Krishna never wore shoes in Vrindavan, but I don't know, somehow I never thought about him wearing shoes outside Vrindavan. And now, as you were speaking, I'm just thinking, oh yes, he was a king and he was in so much opulence. So obviously he must have been wearing shoes outside. So that was actually very nice as you were comparing actually the difference between Vraja and Krishna's presence outside Vrindavan. And even the Vrajavasis, how they think that all these nimittas or whatever they are seeing, they are always thinking maybe this danger is for Krishna. They don't see it as a danger for themselves. So that was all very, very beautifully described. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I had only one question. This is as you were talking and you were quoting the verses, you also quoted one verse from Lalita Madhava, and you said it was spoken by Lalita Devi. And it was about Vrajabhumi itself. So my question was, so does we understand Vidakta Madhava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, as well as he was also instructed in the dream by Satyabhama Devi that he should keep the pastimes separate. So Vidakta Madhava is clearly the pastimes in Vrajabhumi. But Lalita Madhava has pastimes from both places. Is that how we understand, Prabhu?
Actually, I didn't read this Vidakta Madhav, Lalita Madhav. The only reference that I have is Chaitanya Caritamrta. So it seems that Lalita Madhav also has some references on Radharani and Lalita Devi and all that. I'm not sure, Mataji. I didn't read those books. They're very esoteric. Whatever Kaviraj Goswami has quoted in this Chaitanya Caritamrta, that only I know.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much, and thanks for coming on the call. Thank you very much. Anyone else has any questions?
Am I audible? Are they audible? Everyone?
Yes, Prabhu, can you hear me?
I can hear.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah. I think some other people have questions. Yes, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for a wonderful class. Unfortunately, I just came on near the last half hour, so I'll listen to the beginning. But one thought that came to mind is that I've heard this verse about Rupa Goswami desiring so many mouths and so many tongues. It was only just now when you explained it again that I really understood about how the other senses become inert. That I could never understand that analogy that was given, but then when you explained it, I suddenly realized when we become absorbed in doing some activity or seeing something that's very, very attractive, let's say to the eyes, then everything else we kind of like forget where we are, and our ears stop working, and we don't hear when people are calling us either. And so suddenly I understood exactly what he was meaning. And also when you explained that when he's saying 1,000 tongues and 1,000 ears, he's not really talking about, we can't visualize tongues and ears. It's actually that whole feeling of being completely absorbed. And it kind of reminded me of if we eat something that's really, 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 really relishable, we wish that we could go on eating it more and more. But we can't. So I was just kind of relating that. So I finally understood that meaning. So thank you so much for that. And also for summarizing also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very wonderful summary. We are very fortunate to have this complete summary, and also the way you sing the shlokas is so nice. I wish, we can be able to follow that and also practice memorizing the shlokas in the same way. It is very, very sweet to hear, and it's the meanings are also quite clear when you sing it in that way. Thank you so much for your association.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Koti Koti Dandavad Pranam. I agree with Lalitangi Mataji. We are hearing from last almost 8-9 class. You are singing the sloka so nicely. Please pray for us that we can practice and follow you, Prabhu. And thank you very much for such an active in class and taking us Shri Dham Vrindavan Dham Hari Hari Gauranga Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam to your sincere seva, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Please bless me. All of you should bless me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, August Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Such an nectarian class, Prabhuji, and thank you so much coming coming last minute and saving the day for us, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And the way you have so much knowledge of Chaitanya Charitamrita, you don't have to prepare also. You just came and just spoke. It's so nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, should we end here?
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anyone else has any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. All blessed to Srila Prabhupada and Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhu, for the wonderful class. And also, like in your class, you narrated the pastime of the Krishna show, and it just brought us the camp memories. We had a camp for kids in the during the vacation time, and many of the kids have done. Many of the kids have done the puppet show with the same story of having like Krishna not wearing shoes, like on the with the puppet show. So it just brought those memories back. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much, and thank you for specifically quoting the number of the words also about the Trivanga form of Lord Krishna. Wonderful class, Prabhu. It is like worth to listen again. Thank you again, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Chaitanya Charitamrita itself is very nectarian. Amrit is there in the name only. Thank you, Mataji.
Very good.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the beautiful class. Prabhu, I just want to ask, is there any tips to learn this sloka in the tune that you are singing for the kids? We can make them practice like that.
So I have recited all these, not always, selected slokas of Chaitanya Charitamrita and all Bhagavatam also. So I had compiled this Bhagavat Ratnamala and Chaitanya Ratnamala series. So I have the recitations also for them. They are on ISKCON directory. I can send link to the coordinator. So in that, the audio recordings are there. You can go through them.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you so much. That will be helpful. Thank you, Prabhu. I'll be looking for the links, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you for the beautiful class, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you once again, Prabhuji. So if there are no more questions, comments or realizations, Anjana Gopika Mataji, shall we end the call? Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for joining today. Thanks again, Prabhu, for all the efforts. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
And thank you, Lalitangi Mataji, for connecting. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.